In this video, I'm going to show you how our Pro calculator for estimating square footage works. Like, for example, I have this diagram here of a room, and this calculator will tell you how many square footage of the walls and the ceiling are for your project, especially for people that work on drywall. You know that you need to know these measurements in order for you to know how many sheets you're going to need of sheetrock for your project, and the square footage, and also the price per square foot that can help you know how much you're going to invest on your project before you give your own estimate. But however, let me just be clear, this calculator is not for pricing your project, but more like estimating how much you're going to invest from sheets and for square footage and the price that you pay from your material. Okay, so let's begin. And this is perfect for people that do even flooring too. They need to know how many tiles they're gonna use. The ceiling can be also used as the floor, but I'll get to that video in a different episode on how can people that do flooring can use this very same calculator. Okay, so now let's focus on drywallers. So let's pretend that you need to find out uh, the square footage of the walls and the ceiling. So here's the calculator. And actually, let's do the ceiling first, okay? So let's focus on the ceiling. So let's pretend you only want to estimate the ceiling. And here we have the rooms. There are 4 of them. And in order for you to estimate only the ceiling, you have to only do from 4 to 6, okay? So we're gonna focus on question number 4. How many rooms are you estimating? Let's look at the diagram, and there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 rooms. So we're gonna type that in the calculator. 4 rooms we are estimated. What's the measurements and height and width and height of in feet? So we're gonna estimate not the height but the width, okay? So it's 18 by 7. We're gonna type that here, 18 by 7 in room number 1. The second biggest one is 10 by 7. So let's type in here 10 by 7. And this is in feet, okay? Now the third one is 7 by 3. We're gonna type that here, 7 by 3. And the smallest room is 4 by 3. So we're gonna type that here, 4 by 3. Now, how many sheets you're gonna, how big are the sheets that you're gonna use? Okay, so if you're gonna do sheets of 10 by 4, this is just an example, okay? And you calculate, it's going to give you how many sheets you're gonna use for just the ceiling, okay, of this entire house, just the ceiling. And it even tells you the square footage of that, 229. Now, if you know the price of your sheetrock or whatever type of sheet you are using or dimension, let's say that this is just an example, $15 each sheet of 10 by 4, you pay for that, and it's telling you you're going to invest about 38 cents per every square foot for all your project, okay? Now let's do the walls, okay? So now let's pretend that this customer wants also to an estimate of the walls and the ceiling. We already got the ceiling covered. So how do you get the measurements from the walls, okay? Now we're gonna go to question number 1. How many vertical walls are you estimated? And the verticals are these walls right here, okay? This is vertical. This is horizontal, okay? Vertical and horizontal. So we're only gonna count the vertical walls. You can do this whole one right here, or you can do it separately as I already have the measurements here. So to not get things confused, let's only focus on the squares, okay? So it's one vertical wall here, another one here. Oops, sorry. So one here, another one here, another one here, which is 3, but don't forget this other side. So that's 4. 4 vertical walls, same with this side, 7, and then another 7, that's 6 vertical walls, and there's another one here, and then another one here. So it's 8 of them total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we're gonna type that in the calculator, 8 vertical walls. And the measurements are 2 7s. So let's focus on that first. 1 and 2 7s, okay? These are in feet again, don't forget that. This one is 3, this one is 3, this one is 7, and this one is 7. So let's type in 2 3s and 2 7s to make it a little faster. And last one's here, 3 and 3. Okay, so let's do 2 more 3s. All right, 3 and 3. Now we're gonna focus on how many horizontal walls are you estimating. All right, now let's do the horizontal. 18, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Don't forget this side too, okay? You're gonna estimate this and this side because this is the outside. So we're only doing inside, 1 and 2. So don't forget that. Again, let's count horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we got eight horizontal walls too. So 2 18s, which are the biggest one, 18 feet, and this one is 7 and 7, 10 and 10. Okay, let's type 2 7s, 7 and 7, 10 and 10. And always double check because you're gonna cover those extras if you don't do it right. So 4 and 4, okay? So 2 4s. And you can rewatch this video again on how to use this calculator. All right, in order for us to get the square footage of the walls, you have to know how the height of the room that you are estimating. So which is question number 3, how tall is the room in feet? So I have my height here, it's 9 feet. This is just an example. So we're gonna type in 9, and now we're gonna go and calculate. So we get the estimate not only of the ceiling, but also the walls and the total of the entire house. So let's calculate. And this calculator is telling me that I'm gonna need approximately 32.3 sheets of 10 by 4 of sheetrock. And let's say that they each cost me $15. You're paying 38 cents. So if you want to know how much is the total, you just multiply this number by this, okay? Or you can multiply this number by this. So you will know how much you are investing. And here it's a little recommendation for, I heard the drywallers recommend that you add 10% of this total just in case, because it never fails that you might end up with just exactly, but it's not always the case. So you may want to add 10% of this in additional for just in case you come out short with something. So you never know, but that is all up to you. Again, this calculator is not telling you for how much you should charge, but rather it's telling you how many sheets you're gonna need. It's telling you how the square footage of the entire project, and it's telling you a round number of how much you're paying per square foot, depending on how much you bought your sheets for. You can also type in different sizes, so there could be 12 by 4, Let's say this one is $18, so it changes. It goes to 26.9 sheets, and it's telling you that you're still paying like 38 cents for this, okay? Because the number of sheets went down because you're using a bigger dimension. So you can, this will tell you which one is the best for you or how much you are investing. But always remember, what is recommended by people that do this is you add 10% of this total to your project for just in case. But again, that is up to you. And this is how simple this calculator is. If you want to watch this video again, just click below. It will have a button where it says watch how to use the Pro Square Footage Calculator. And it will take you right to this very same video. This is, I know it's a little more options, but it will give you the entire coverage of all the footage you're gonna use for an entire house. So that way you're not doing, or you can do it room by room, whatever's easier for you. For what I understand, the bathroom, it's a different type of sheetrock, the one that's not retains humidity, or it is for, you know, humidity, special type. But you can do each room individually. If you don't want to do the entire house, you can also do it that way. And it's the same thing. You just, if you're gonna do the ceiling and the walls, you pretty much do the same for each room using this calculator. Well, hopefully you guys get the idea of how our calculator works. If you have questions, you can leave them below, and I will gladly answer. If you want to buy this calculator, it is a one-time payment, and you download it on your computer, your tablet, and most mobile devices, and it works for mainly a lot of them. But I have an iPhone, and I had to get more cloud memory for my calculator to work. But if you have issues, it might be due to the memory, and also that you have to download it straight on your file, since iPhone is a little more strict on sharing and downloading certain apps or certain files. So try to have your settings set on sharing and not be so private. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Give this video a like if you like it, and yeah, I will see you in the next episode.